G'day, watching Kath with a K. I'm Kath and it's day 2 of making the EP in a week. I feel like I want to start this day by just thinking about what each song of the EP is going to be. Although I guess I've already made one, so what the next 4 songs are going to be. So I'm going to think about what I want for my own vlogs, I suppose, and then what songs I already have that I like to use, including my own. So if we're thinking of like more upbeat, energetic versus like chilled out, calm, I reckon from other artists, there's one kind of upbeat song that I like, there's one that's kind of in between, and from my own music that I made in Inhale, there's one upbeat one and 2 kind of calm ones. So I think I might focus more on like upbeat vibes. I know I already want to make one song that has more of a Celtic theme, and I was thinking of today making a song that I want to try and get someone to riff some vocals over. The first one is pretty chill. It's very slow and evolving, and honestly I probably wouldn't use it in my vlogs, but you know, someone might want to listen to it, or I might want to listen to it. So I have the Celtic one. I would like to use some sort of field recordings in this one. I'm going to do 2 upbeat ones as well. The Celtic one is probably also going to be upbeat, but I haven't made it yet, so we'll see. But when I think Celtic, I think kind of high energy. Okay, so I think this is the go. I'm going to have one of the 3 moods of like upbeat, calm, and in between. And it's also going to be an extra upbeat one that's more Celtic. I guess my task for today is to try and make an upbeat song that I want to put someone's lead vocal on. I was also thinking that I wanted to start making today's song at the piano. So I guess that's enough direction to get going. Make something upbeat on the piano and then add stuff to it. Something like that. Think have a bit of an arpeggio and then have like a slow melody, I guess, on the top, in the higher octave. Yes. Okay. And that's in G major. Maybe in a different section of the song there could be the notes of the arpeggio close together as lower to make space for a melody in a different instrument. I'll work on that, but something like that. And then the chorus could have an actual chord progression. It's very simple. But I feel like that works for this music. So, and you know, we're only writing this in one day, so I can't make it very complex. Okay, so I've got my piano recorded and edited now. I didn't really think about how many bars I wanted each section to be. The C major section I ended up making into a pre-chorus, and the chorus I played more halftime, but the verse sounds like this. I felt like it would be good to put a pad in after a few bars, and I think I'm just gonna, every few bars, bring something new in and have it sort of build over the first verse. So I've used the crystallized pad in Logic, and I've got the pad starting with a low pass filter and sort of filtering up so then it's not as dark anymore over the first few bars. So that sounds something like this. So I'm going to add some flute now to that, and then a few bars later I'll add some bird sounds from near Hobart. So I've come up with a little ornamented something to start off that goes a bit like this. And then I'll improvise from there. I've recorded flute now to cover the first verse, and now I feel like the next thing I want to bring in is a shaker. But since there are shakers in drum kits in Logic, then I might as well pick a drum kit while I'm at it. I'm gonna make a drummer track. I've picked Songwriter because that seems like the best option. I'm just gonna guess that that's gonna come up with something that I might want to use. Oh god, that's swung. That doesn't work. I feel like that is the vibe of the song, pop songwriter. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with verse 1 now. So basically it starts with piano, then a pad comes in, then a flute comes in, then a shaker, and then bird sounds. And so I basically want these to keep continuing on from here. Next I'll arrange some drums for the whole song, and then I'll probably take it kind of instrument by instrument from here. Like this though. Maybe I could have a bass in this part as well. Or really just a bass in the song in general. That shaker is programmed far better. I think I'll copy just the shaker over to this earlier section. I actually don't even want to change that apart from adding that shaker in. I mean, generally when you write songs by using presets, you want to like change them a bit, right? So then you're not just making the same thing as everyone else is probably going to be making. But you know, it is drums as well. So there's like less options because it has to fit into the music as well. And this music is like pretty simple. So yeah, I think it's fine. So yeah, I'm copying it over to a track where I can actually adjust the MIDI very easily, just in case I do want to change it later, because I might, but probably not. So I finished off my drums for the whole session and the shaker, and I've put in the pad for the rest of the song. I improvised this very like sparse, delicate bit, and I just added an extra pad in there to thicken up the sound. I probably won't be adding too much in this section in general, but this is what I've got with just the first pad. And this with the second one. Actually, maybe the only other thing I'll add in there will be bass. But bass is what I want to do next. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. I just want to add some lower frequencies. I filled out the rest of the bass, and for the chorus, I kind of came up with like a bit of a walking bass line, which seems a bit unusual with the rest, but I don't know, that's just what I came up with. And I'm kind of having a bit of a block with what to do with the bass. So I guess that's how it's gonna go. I haven't quite finished the bass for the soft part. I kind of just ran out of ideas. So I'm gonna have to come back to that. So for the next hour, I'm gonna try and just compose enough so that it's ready to send to a singer. And for the last hour, I will do some editing. I'm having a bit of trouble with the chorus. I don't actually like it that much anymore. Also, I decided the walking bass line was too weird, so I've mellowed it out more. So here's what I've got now. So I did initially say I wasn't going to do anything crazy, and then I tried to be a bit too fancy with the bass line because I was like, oh my god, if an instrument's there, then it should do something super interesting, which is something that I always try to do and sometimes backfires. Also, the flute that I recorded for the chorus, I don't like. I've decided is shit. For the second chorus, it's a bit better. Here's what I've got in the second one, although it needs to be tuned and like compressed and everything. What I did in the first one so far, I was mostly improvising as well. I just feel like it doesn't really fit in with the rest of the vibe of the song. Kind of makes me think of like music studies that I played when I was a child, which I guess is partly where I drew the inspiration from, so that's not that surprising. But yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. When it comes to editing on the flute, I'm going to time align it. I don't practice, although I've played many instruments and I used to play flute and piano to a very high level, I don't practice very much anymore. So I kind of like just play them, and then I invariably have to time align them pretty strongly. Although for such a fast pace, that would probably have to happen anyway, even if I played it better. So yeah, time aligning, then pitch correction, and then, oh my god, so much compression. This flute is so dynamic, it's a nightmare to listen to. It just keeps coming in and out. And reverb and delay. So I went out to see my friends for a bit, and then I came back, had a shower, got ready for bed and everything. Yeah, the more I'm listening to this chorus, the more I absolutely hate it. I now realise that I definitely dawdled a little bit too much on day one. I didn't actually spend that much time making the first song, and I was kind of like, oh, I guess this is easier than I thought it was going to be. But I definitely have made a bit of an error in judgment. Definitely going to have to hustle a little bit more for the rest of these days. So on day 3, I'm going to start with remaking this chorus. I think what's not working, I tried to make it halftime in the piano, just to have it like be something different and maybe have something else like take over the flow of energy. But I think that's not working. But what's especially making it not work is that the piano's just ascending, and that sounds like almost comical, which is a massive change in feel to this like smooth, ethereal sound that I've got going on earlier and also in the rest of the piece. So yes, that I'm going to have to rethink that and come up with something different. So tune in tomorrow to see what I made of this. But this is what I've got with one of the bits I still like, with reverb and a little bit of compression added to it.